Welcome back to episode 7, part 2 of 98 Dots. We will continue discussing the topic of how adults and teens should view failure.
Hi, I'm Deepti. So, Yana,
Mhm.
our camera got cut off last time.
Yeah.
So, let's continue the questions and re record.
Yeah.
What emotion do you feel the most after failure? Anger, sadness, embarrassment, or something else?
I feel like I feel more anger and sadness because I have a lot of perfectionism. So when I don't succeed,
Mhm.
it feels like sad. It like hurts me. So that can turn to anger.
I see. Is it harder to forgive yourself or explain your failure to someone?
That really depends on who I'm discussing that with.
Yeah.
If it's someone I'm safe around, like maybe you, I feel like I'd be able to discuss that, like my failures. But if it's someone I'm not usually safe around and it's just kind of like a stranger, I wouldn't. I think it'd be easier to keep it to myself.
So, you recommend finding someone who you can
Who you can talk to.
confide in and
Yeah, like a
talk to?
trusted adult or someone in your life.
What's one failure you handled better than you expected?
I do remember once losing 3 tennis matches like in a row, and that was pretty hard because I go to so many practices and
Yeah.
losing that, it kind of felt hurt. Like I felt hurt.
Yeah, that can be hard.
Yeah.
Can you name a celebrity or athlete or a creator who failed publicly but kept going?
Someone I do look up to is Serena Williams because she's a really good athlete and tennis player overall, and she has had a lot of failures with tennis matches as well, which can relate to my last answer, and she's bounced back from it.
Yeah, and won championships.
Yeah, won many. Yeah.
What would a failure recovery kit include for teens?
I think a good support group, a community, and someone or a place like where it can be like a safe place for people to talk to. Yeah.
Do you think journaling or talking it out helps process failure, and what has worked for you?
Yeah, I do. I do a lot of writing warm-ups in school, and
Yeah.
I feel like that helps me a lot because it like helps you reflect on everything that you've done and maybe what you want to continue doing and maybe what you want to achieve in the future.
What is a writing workup?
Warm up.
A
So
warm up.
basically, you have a question and you write about it, and
Yeah.
then we all we can raise our hand and share out our answers.
Publicly, like
Yeah.
openly.
Yeah, if you feel comfortable with that.
And if you don't?
If you don't, you can just share with someone at your table or just keep it to yourself. Like you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. What does it mean to fail forward? Do you think that's a useful idea?
I do think it's a useful idea. It means to not be afraid of failing in the future.
Yeah.
So knowing that you can always bounce back from failure even though you've already been exposed to it. So yeah.
Okay. When you fail, what kind of support do you actually want? Do you want advice, space, or just someone to listen to, or all of the above?
I think all of the above. A good mix of everything is obviously preferred.
Yeah.
Because I think you always need someone to hear you out or to listen.
Yeah.
Or even someone to just talk it through with you.
Mm-hmm. Do you think parents should share more of their failures with their kids? Why or why not?
Yeah, but without the fear mindset, because when parents always show fear towards their child failing or themselves failing, it can show off as oh, I should be scared of failing kind of mindset. It shows off the idea that I shouldn't fail and making mistakes won't get me anywhere, when in reality it'll learning from your mistakes and help you grow as a person.
Has anyone ever made you feel safe to fail? What did they say to do that?
I would say you have, because I don't think it's specific things that you've said. I think it's just that you listen. So when I do fail and I don't want to talk about it, you let me not talk about it and you wait for a comfortable time to talk to me about it, which is something that I feel like a lot of people seek is some people don't always want to talk immediately. They might need some space and then they'll open up and talk.
Yeah.
Because failure is hard to confront directly as soon as you fail. You kind of need some time to.
I think it's also a personality thing, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you openly want to chat about it, and sometimes you just want to take a little bit of step back and just kind of process everything. So I do think it's individual dependent.
Yeah, it depends.
How would you want me as your mom to respond when you mess up? And be honest.
Okay, if I'm being honest, I would want you to listen to what I have to say first.
Mm-hmm.
But I would prefer after I say all that, like just say, "Hey, it's okay. Like did you learn anything from this?"
Mm-hmm.
Which you do a lot, even if I like get bad grades or something.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, "So what did you think you did wrong?" Like
Yeah.
I feel like those kinds of questions should come up, but I think maybe a little bit after I've processed that. I feel like that's it. Yeah.
All right, that's all the questions I have for
Yeah.
you on failure
Yeah.
and how adults and teens view failure.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you guys.